GIFs are coming to ruin your Facebook feed, Path gets acquired by Daum Kakao, and Google wants to eliminate passwords just by getting to know you better. It's Friday, May 29th, and this is Crunch Report. Well, the end is near, everyone. I knew this day would come, and you can thank Facebook for that because the network has confirmed it's now supporting animated GIFs in the Facebook news feed. The update is still rolling out, so if you haven't seen a GIF yet, don't worry, your feed will be polluted in no time at all. I'm kind of half kidding. GIFs can be funny. They're actually very popular on the internet, but they can also make things noisy. And the Facebook feed is already pretty noisy, don't you think? In fact, Facebook itself has said in the past it would not be supporting GIFs because they would make the news feed too chaotic. Well, starting today, chaos reigns, my friends. You can paste a link to a GIF hosted on an external website like Giphy or Imager or Tumblr or wherever it's coming from into your status update box, and then when you publish, the GIF will be there doing its animated thing. There's no direct GIF upload support yet, though, and it also doesn't appear to be working on Facebook brand pages either, just profiles for now. Big news last night for social network Path, the private network, the Path app. Founder and CEO Dave Morin announced via blog post that Path has been sold to a company you may or may not have heard of, Korean messaging service Daum Kakao, which isn't actually a big surprise.
And I know you've talked about your total number of users, maybe you can get in that as well.
Yeah, I think it does say something about that. We have about half of our users are international. Our top countries are Japan, China, Korea, Indonesia, internationally, and like I said, about half of our users are there.
So that interview was back in 2013. Obviously, the Asian market has grown somewhat. Path, which was that private social network that only allowed you 50 friends, at least when it first launched, and then it went to 150 friends. And then eventually it ended up being unlimited because people don't like to be told how many friends to have, I guess. That and Path Talk, which was the company's standalone messaging app, were both part of the sale. Although the Path team's newer app, Kong, which is a totally different genre that helps users create GIFs, funny enough, that was not picked up by Daum Kakao. Perhaps more interestingly, though, neither was Places, which is Path's business-to-consumer messaging service that lived inside Path Talk. If you never used it, you could do something like message your favorite restaurant to change a reservation instead of calling them and use Path. Path has confirmed to TechCrunch that it is not currently ready to make the investment to build out a new app for the feature and that Places has been disabled. Yesterday, we were all awash in Google I/O news, particularly new features coming to the next version of Android, codenamed Android M, as the developer preview until the public launched this fall. TechCrunch's Darryl Etherington was at the show, and he's kind of, our product guy, or one of them anyway, so he decided to flash Android M onto a Nexus 5 to see what jumps out in the very early days of this developer preview. Google Now on Tap, which we told you about yesterday, doesn't have a whole lot going on yet, but there are a few other features that should make Android users pretty happy right out of the gate.
So the app drawer is another new thing that's changed here in Android M, and as you can see, you get that search bar at the top right there, which is very convenient, and you've also got access to your most recently or most frequently used apps here at the top. Also, you can scroll through and see your apps organized alphabetically, and with the letter you're currently on stays persistent in the left-hand side.
So some other cool stuff, better volume controls, which, if you're being honest, is probably the thing you adjust most on your phone constantly. Otherwise, there's a lot of work still to do on Android M. It is new, which eventually will have some sort of candy name when it comes to the public. M&M's? Too obvious. How do we feel about marzipan? So yesterday we told you about Google's new and improved Photos product. Google I/O News, what can you do? It offers unlimited free storage of photos and videos with some resolution limits, but pretty unlimited. And it's free, and it has auto backup from both its Android and iOS apps, and it's free. Free is interesting because Google's giving you a terabyte of storage completely free. Now you might say, other companies do this, right? Yeah, Microsoft OneDrive does for $84 per year. Dropbox does for $100 per year. iCloud, $240. Now Flickr also offers 1 terabyte free, but the experience is ad supported. Some people don't like that. Amazon also offers free unlimited storage, but only to its Prime members, and being a Prime member costs $99 per year. So Google offering a free experience isn't just Google being super nice to everybody. The company wants to pull data from your photos, like facial recognition, who's in your photos, where are you, location information, even products that it might be able to identify in your photos. Maybe you're holding your favorite soda. And then it finds out more about the kind of person you are because it wants to target better ads to you. Long as we all remember that. It's already doing this with Gmail, everybody. You have choices when it comes to photo storage, but we think Google Photos is looking pretty good. So one thing we did not cover from Google I/O yet is ATAP, otherwise known as Google's Advanced Technology and Projects Group. It's a research unit, which actually has had a big presence at I/O this week. One goal that I thought was interesting was to replace mobile passwords on your mobile devices with a brand new system that doesn't use passwords at all. Instead, it looks at your typing patterns and other signals of your personal habits, like what apps you look at and what order you might go in as you go throughout the day, with the idea that as you use the device, you start to generate a continuous trust score that your device's OS can recognize as uniquely you. Google partnered with a bunch of universities and invited 25 experts from 16 different institutions to Google's campus to participate in a 90-day research sprint. And then the team took data from about 1,500 donors and got to the point where they say the new system is 10 times more secure than a fingerprint system, which is kind of funny because fingerprint sensor support just came to Android. In the future, though, to log into your bank online, maybe all you'll have to do is just be yourself. And that is the report for today and the week. I'm Sarah Lane. Crunch Report airs Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on TechCrunch.com. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.